Okay, the podcast should be starting in three, two, one. Welcome, one and all, to the Gamers at Large podcast. Here we are at episode 18, and going right away straight to the intros. We're gonna go from my left. Gilligan Stash, do your intro, bro.
Hey guys, it's the Gilster again, and just give you a little small tip. There's no need to be cranky, at least for
Oh.
this year.
Okay, up next we got Gamer Nate 78 of GN Tech TV. Do your thing, bro.
What's up, fellas? I just got one thing to say to all the haters. Go kick rocks. Everybody else, let's have some fun.
Alrighty. Up next, we got Andre, aka Letters. Hey, Andre, do your thing.
You had to say that, huh? Look, this is Andre of GBGINU. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I'm actually here on time.
Oh, yes, there we go. And I got his name right.
And he responded.
Okay, up next we got Mr. T, fools.
Hey there, fools. Mr. T of the Mr. T Show. I am here as long as my garbage internet provider allows me to be.
Alrighty then. And up next we've got Rashidi. Rashidi, do your thing, bruh.
Garbage
What's good, people? It's Infinite Maelstrom, Just Real Lady. Here to contribute however I can. Nothing special.
Alrighty. Up next we got Shader123 of GN Tech TV.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you noticed this week that Nate and I brought back the NWO, but it doesn't stand for what you would think it would stand for this time. We'll go over that later, but I hope you enjoy the show.
Alrighty. Up next we got Shadow Fox. If he can unmute his mic.
Uh-oh.
One of these kids is doing.
Hint, hint.
I don't think you ever can.
Not the show.
Shooby-dooby-doo.
Okay, we'll get back to Shadow Fox. Alright, gotta love those technical difficulties. Alright.
Or possibly busy doing something.
Okay, up next we got Zen Gamer. The Zen Gamer, do your thing, bro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nintendo the Zen Gamer in the house. Gamer is large. Here once again to hang out with the guys. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Alrighty. So, starting off this week, we've heard a lot of interesting news coming down the pipe this week. There's been a lot of things been said this week, you know, blah blah blah, etc. and whatnot. What's something that stands out to mind? I'm going to start this off with something simple. We're going to give Gilligan the floor. Gilligan, what was it that you heard this week that you're kind of interested in?
Well, this is actually from today, I've heard, and I'm very happy to hear that Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is coming out to the United States and Europe in 2015, only for the 3DS so far.
Okay. Too bad we can't get confirmation whether it's on the Wii U or not, because I
I'd
definitely
like
like
to
the
know why
concept.
it's all the way till 2015. Why can't it be sooner?
They're adding tons of features to
They're
it,
adding
what I heard.
content, probably.
If
Actually,
doing
yeah,
if they're
also-
doing a graphics overhaul for the Wii U version, so that way it's actually next gen, I'm totally cool with it.
Alright, that'd be interesting right there, you know what I'm saying?
I
As
actually
far
did
as-
heard that Japan's getting Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate sooner, known as 4G, around this year. I think late this year, I think.
Yeah.
So it's localization. It's going to be taking time. They're going to translate everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, that's pretty interesting. And, you know, like I said, I'm looking forward to it because I own Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on 3DS and on Wii U, so it's a
So
good
do I.
game. It's a good
Great game.
I'm telling you,
Perhaps we
it's
should all
awesome.
play together.
There you go. Who knows? Maybe get somebody host a. Hey T, maybe you can host a live stream one day or whatever on your
I'm gonna have to
channel,
do that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
and we can watch ourselves get
Live
beat up.
stream too.
I'm
I
down.
used to
Oh,
have Monster Hunter.
okay, but well, you know what? Being that the game is at large is so large, we got so many people. We could probably go 4-on-4 and do it like that.
I used to have Monster Hunter 3 earlier, but due to not many people wanting to play with me online, I just got rid of it for now. But I will plan on getting it back again. just to play with
Shame
you
on
guys.
That sounded really sad.
Shame on you.
And I didn't get really that much proper help either. When it comes to getting like certain pieces for the armor and the weapons and stuff.
Some guidance is needed, good sir. We'll have to show you the lights.
I'm telling you something right now. You'll have a blast once you sit up here and get it started. But it's like I said, don't go to a group that's too overpowered to help you out with the lobby stuff, because half the fun is the challenge of trying to avoid getting your behind whooped.
Yeah, that's true.
Force, young Padawan.
Oh,
It
hey,
is okay
a new
with
challenger
you
has
sometimes.
entered. A new challenger has entered. Real quick intro. Games Rosa, do your thing real quick. Games.
Alright, to make that Smash Brothers siren.
Games Rosa. Games.
This is where you actually talk.
I see you. But you ain't saying nothing.
My dude,
Am I here now?
there you go.
There we go.
There
Sorry
you
for
go.
coming in late.
Better late than never, fools.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who just said that?
I have no clue. Okay, that's enough of that. But still, like I said though, Monster Hunter 4, 4 Ultimate is going to be pretty interesting, especially if they, bring back the cross platform play that they had with the 3DS and the Wii U for local multiplayer, as well as the game transfer.
I'd rather have that on my iPhone.
Oh Lord! It's nothing like draining your battery.
Oh, you mean like Ocean Horn?
Don't forget overheating.
Lord.
Hey, Ms. T, when you just said that, you literally almost caused a cartoon reaction in me. I was not ready for half my head to split off. Steam coming out my ears.
Oh Lord!
You want to know what Nintendo should tell those people that are calling for them to go to mobile platforms and put their phones on iOS?
Kick rocks.
No, if you tell
That's a
them to kick
GN
rocks,
Tech TV slogan. Kick rocks.
Tell them to kindly take their cheap ass down to the local Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop, or Target and buy a Wii U.
And kick rocks.
I mean, you can get it online for $250.
Hey, but why should I buy a Wii U when I already got an iPhone?
Oh Lord!
Oh God.
Can I go ahead and bring my topic? I've been waiting on this all day to bring it.
Go ahead, unleash the beast.
I got a question for y'all. Now, after
says
I
that
ask
on my
the question,
Monster
I'm gonna give you what my thoughts are from my point of view to the question. All right. Then I want to get y'all's thoughts on the question. Where do you see the gaming industry 10 years from today?
I see a whole bunch of third parties going the way of the dinosaur because of their, lack of proper budgeting.
Here's what I see.
Regurgitation.
Here's what I see. I see three paths. All right. One going to the right, one going to the left, and one going down the center. Now to the right is when Nintendo exits a market because everybody gets stays stuck up. Third parties rule the day. They set the prices for everything, and the only thing you get is Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed 4, and rehash after rehash and rehash of AAA bullcrap titles. All right.
Essentially,
I see a lot of closures. I see a lot of studios closing. There's going to be very little to choose from, very little innovation, very little of anything, all right? Now, to the left, I see pretty much... Actually, let me restart. I completely got myself screwed up there. On one side, you see everything leading to a gaming crash, all right? There's going to be studio closures. There's going to be absolute chaos, and there's only going to be basically a few people left that are putting out games, all right? And then to the left, I see a more streamlined, lots more indies. I still see some third-party publishers Sorry for the phone ringing.
Throw it against the
Some
wall.
third party. I still see some third-party publishers closing down, but I don't know how I screwed this up.
You got overexcited on the
You gotta
subject.
love a live show.
Just stare off into the distance. You'll find yourself.
Hey man, maybe you should have answered the phone. I guess that was somebody trying to remind you what you're trying to say.
I guess all right. I forgot to add this one question. Here's the point I want to make. There's something that has been said over on my channel for the last couple of days. I've had a few people bring this up, and they act like that Nintendo should get with the times, that Nintendo should change, and this and that. And their mainline basis behind it is shooters. Okay? But I got a question that goes, where do you see the industry 10 years from today? I got a question. If shooters are such the savior, if they're the Jesus Christ of the gaming industry, why is it that every developer is returning to the retro roots of gaming itself?
Because that's what people actually enjoyed.
That's why, I guess my point is,
Shooters is what people think they
I
like.
see there being
and
much
retro is what they
more
really
indie
like.
development than there is big third parties.
Well, even EA has to admit themselves, and they're the biggest culprit of all this boring shooter tripe that's been coming down the pipe, that they have to sit up here and get with certain changes. I mean, look what they're doing with Dragon Age, Inquisition. They're bringing it back to its roots of origins. You know what I'm saying? More open environment, longer, more elaborate gameplay and story and depth, etc. and whatnot. They're going full tilt with this sucker. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they can live up to the pedigree that is Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age Origins Awakenings. But hey, you never know.
Yeah, I mean that's a real touchy topic. Because I was just recently playing. We got some bad feedback here.
Coming from you or somebody else?
It ain't me. I'm on headphones here.
I'm using the headset too.
Yeah.
As am I.
So me.
I'm just gonna say.
I didn't hear it though.
Kokomoto.
I've been playing my N64 a lot lately, and it makes me sad because I look at all these different development studios that were around, like for instance, Codemasters, and they used to make some serious cool racing games, and recently they just put an eShop game on on the Wii U. It's like a kind of a kart racer, and I just felt it looks like a fun game, but F1. I just felt like that's pretty sad, that once a company that used to put out simulation, Gran Turismo type of racing games, putting out a kart racer on for download. I mean, that's where the industry is going, and it's just sad to me.
Yeah, same with me with THQ. I mean,
THQ's gone. I mean, all those great wrestling games.
And as for me, they have made the best 3D platformer of the 6th generation, and that was SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. That was one. No, I'm serious. This game is
pineapple
good.
under the sea.
Yo, we sang that across the bay.
Did he really just say SpongeBob SquarePants?
I'm serious, guys.
Hey! I'm not gonna knock it because I never played it.
That's my opinion. It's just my opinion.
You talking GameCube era?
Yeah, GameCube era.
Excuse me for a sec while I blow my goddamn brains out.
Oh, that's a.
Serious now.
The best platformer, really?
Hold on, gentlemen. We're gamers at large. Everybody has different tastes. You gotta
I'm
give
just
the guy a
kidding.
chance.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, let me explain. I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. Like I said, I don't really. Super Mario Sunshine is a good game, but it's just the weakest of the 3D Mario games, in my opinion.
I wouldn't even
and there has been better 3D platformers out there, including Psychonaut.
I was gonna say Psychonauts. That was gonna be my pick.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Psychonauts is really good, but SpongeBob I had the most enjoyment out of it, basically. In terms of recent memory.
Do you think if you weren't a fan of the show that it would be as good?
There you go. That's a good question.
Let's say that probably wouldn't be as good to you if you weren't a fan of SpongeBob already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
That's
serious.
a good question. I have played games that I'm not huge fans of. Like, for example, Transformers. Like, I'm not too big into Transformers, but I did
Nothing like
enjoy the.
SpongeBob.
Well, most of the Transformer games are trash anyway, so.
No, that's true. I gotta give him that. You gotta give him
Most
that.
of the games are
Most of
trash.
Well, with the
Transformers, the
exception
game
of
sucks.
War for
Actually, Transformers War of Cybertron and
I was
That
gonna
was
say,
really good.
that
But
were
that was
good
the only
games.
one that was
I
good.
never
Fall,
played that.
Fall Cybertron and War for Cybertron.
Yeah,
were
those
great
were the good
Transformers
ones.
games.
those were good, but there were a lot of them that were just.
Yeah, true.
Well, first off, game publishing companies don't give franchise games based on shows or TV the right kind of attention that they deserve.
Well, they would have been better off though going based on the comic books, because the comic books for Transformers are way better than those shows. Way better.
Or the
I
movies.
believe you. I believe you. I haven't seen the comics myself, but for once I believe you. When it comes to comic book adaptations. So yeah, but like I have a knack of enjoying video games based off like cartoons, especially like the Aladdin game on the Sega Genesis. That was my
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
favorite.
ain't nothing wrong with that. I was just wondering. I was just wondering if you think it would have been as good.
I would
if you weren't a
say,
fan.
if anything, if you are interested or curious to try out Battle for Bikini Bottom, just buy it off of Amazon
It's a
and
funny
try it out for
name.
yourself. Yeah, it's a funny name, but it's SpongeBob.
Sounds like a sequel to
That's the name. That's the name of the town, right? That they live in underwater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bikini
Bikini
Bottom.
Bikini Bottom. Yeah.
In the pineapple under the sea.
That's hilarious.
You know, Shane, I give you a pass because you've got kids. That's the only way you know that song.
Actually, your kids should be watching that show. That's a bad for the eyes.
Oh, Lord.
That is not for kids. It really
But it's
isn't.
that's funny because
It's not for
Battle
anybody.
Battle for Bikini Bottom came out in the era before the SpongeBob movie. But that's back when SpongeBob was actually really good. And then after the SpongeBob movie, it went downhill from there. Like the episodes just got
so
worse and worse.
that's the point where they jumped the shark.
Yo, Giga,
Yeah.
I gotta give you mad respect, man. You giving us whole backgrounds on SpongeBob.
Your boy knows his
Alright.
SpongeBob.
As a matter of fact, I'm
For the
a huge
record,
SpongeBob fan.
I gotta give Gilligan props for the simple fact is he is comfortable saying what he likes.
Exactly.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
Hey,
that.
I'm playing 3D World right now with Peach.
I'm rocking
Yeah,
Pokemon X right
exactly.
now.
Yo, it's not because Peach is female, it's because she's the best damn jumper.
She's
Oh
a
yes, that other baby is awesome.
So yeah,
That cover is beautiful.
can we go back to Nate's topic, because I do want to say something that's similar to this topic, what Nate is talking about, like that, which reminds me.
Please do, because I completely fumbled my own topic. I couldn't believe I did that.
Yeah,
I thought he
Called
was
the
I've
top of
heard-
SpongeBob.
I've heard.
like Colin
I've-
Kaepernick.
Yeah, if we have enough talking about SpongeBob. Let's kind of move on from there. Anyways, I heard from Iwata that he's gonna change.
You heard from Iwata
some of
personally?
Serious connects, bro.
Stop trolling
Sorry.
the man.
Leave him
Man's
alone.
got
Let him talk.
connections.
Let him talk.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead,
just
Gilligan.
teasing, I'm teasing.
Well, I was about to say that I read the news about Iwata saying that he misread the market, and he's gonna try to do something to change their strategies and their business tactics when it comes to the Wii U. I'm not sure if you guys have talked about it on your last podcast before.
The only thing he needs to change is he needs to actually give marketing funds to the U.S.
Yeah.
There you go.
Honestly, the Wii U is where it should be. It just needs to work on the freaking advertisement
Yeah.
and
Europe
release games sooner.
Europe needs to pick up some more advertising, a little bit more than Japan, and the U.S. a lot more than them both.
Exactly.
And because
Yeah, because I was wrong. I thought you had to have games to sell a console, but PS4 and Xbox proved that you ain't gotta have no games. All you gotta do is advertise. That's all you gotta do. Damn, that's I was wrong about that.
Hey, I gotta bring up something along the lines of this that got me, thinking. Okay, Nintendo, they say they tried to go for the family, the family-oriented advertising and all that, but one thing I'm gonna say that's gonna probably, shock a lot of the people who follow my channel is this. Nintendo needs to remember the family's comprised of individuals, not a group. You have to remember there's a mom, a dad, odds are there's a teenager, odds are there's little kids. You have to appeal to each individual member of the group as well as the group as a whole in order to sit up here and be able to sell your consoles more.
Exactly.
I just think, I don't even think that's the problem. I think they didn't know. They couldn't figure out who they wanted to sell this console for. I think they started off first trying to go for more hardcore. And that wasn't working because they didn't have the games for the hardcore. They didn't have enough games to sustain a hardcore audience. And so
they did initially. They did initially in 2011, but everybody backed out.
What are you talking about, T?
A lot of games got canceled.
You know what? 99.9% of the games on the Wii U are hardcore.
No.
You know what?
No. You gotta
I
understand.
am not going to let these stupid.
You don't understand,
No.
Calm down, Nate. Calm down.
All right, foes.
Now you gotta hear me out. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm bringing up a good point, T. Chill for a second. I am not going to let these preteen, 13-year-old crybabies steal the name hardcore and apply it to Dude Bro. I'm sorry. 3D World is hardcore. Monster Hunter is hardcore. SpongeBob SquarePants, Call of Battlefield, whatever the hell that was.
Battle for Bikini Bottom.
The term hardcore has been hijacked by a bunch of infantile freaking preteen, scared of their own manhood in whatever people, okay?
That is true.
But Nate, you made a point.
Hardcore is about games
The
that
hardcore
really
casual.
pull you in, and it's not easy to beat.
All right,
That's
thank
what
you for
hardcore
that.
is.
But I agree with that, and we're talking about two different things here. What I was saying.
But he has a point.
You said that
Hardcore is the
Nintendo
new
didn't
casual.
have
Hold on,
hardcore.
guys. Come on.
No,
let
I
me
didn't.
speak.
Can I speak?
Yes, sir.
I didn't say that. What I said was that there weren't enough sustainable hardcore games. Yeah, we had a lot of hardcore games at launch, but after launch, there weren't those games. The games weren't coming out. Is what I was saying.
What Mrs. T is saying is in 2011 we were promised that basically the Dude Bro gamer and the Nintendo gamer would be able to coexist on the same system.
He
So hey,
speaks.
we've got Ninja Gaiden 3, we've got Call of Duty, we've got Assassin's Creed. Please buy this system, and oh yeah, Wii Fit will be on here too for all the soccer moms.
Right. We Fit got pushed back. That didn't come out when it was supposed to.
Hey,
Since
I completely jumbled my first topic, can I touch upon what I said there for a sec?
Go ahead. What's that?
All right. I put forth that Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, and all these other Dude Bro games are in fact the true casual game because developers feel that they have to put one out every year just to maintain the attention of the people playing them versus games like Super Mario 3D World. You will sit there and play it for months and months and months on end just to be able to complete every single star.
Agreed.
Now, which one is more hardcore?
And you ain't got to pay for DLC to do that.
Exactly.
Special passes.
Hardcore. Ninja Gaiden 3 is casual. Call of Duty's casual. Battlefield's casual. Plain
That's
and
what I'm saying,
simple.
Nate. Hardcore is the new casual. So all the casual people are saying they're hardcore.
No, I wouldn't even talk about those games. I was talking about
Talk about reverse psychology.
What happened to just people playing games? I mean,
it doesn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
concur.
You have to have
Please
approval
enjoy the
before you
damn
play a
games.
game. You have to have approval first.
Look, back in the day, we didn't care how cartoony or kiddie the game looked. As long as the game is fun or challenging or has a gripping storyline or whatever, it's, we play games because they're fun.
But that's because you was a kid back then. You grown now. You supposed to be playing them kind of games.
God. Gilligan. Excellent point.
There you go, and that's the whole point. And that's why you could be able to play games as long as they're challenging, as long as they're entertaining, gripping in some form or fashion. It really shouldn't matter the subject matter. You know what I'm saying, to a degree.
All of you people are just a bunch of damage control man children.
Hey guys.
Hey
guys, I remember a time where playing a video game, period, was cause for you to be called a nerd, no matter what kind of game it was. Yeah. You could be playing, or you're playing sports talk football. What? You're a nerd.
You played Mortal Kombat? You a wuss. What the hell?
You can't fight in real life.
Basically.
On the screen.
I might have done a video or two on that subject.
Hell, the duck can't even fight in real life. He never met the man out there.
Oh, why? Nate?
Oh, come on. Can't we make it one podcast?
Just one podcast.
Just one.
I'm sorry. That was the perfect opportunity to bring up Quack.
No,
it was not my fault this
Your
time.
name is
Stop
Duck
giving
Hunt.
free advertising.
Nate,
Not my fault this time.
it's called Duck Hunt.
Oh,
When we
Lord.
say Duck Hunt, we know we're talking to Nate.
That was a bundled console game with the Super Mario Brothers NES control deck with a gray zapper, eventually to be a red zapper that people put to the TV screen to cheat.
Silence.
Oh no, you had to do that.
It basically meant you were too broke to have the power pad.
Oh, the power pad, the forerunner to the Wii Fit balance board.
There's the power pad.
What about the Rolling Rock? What about the Rolling Rock?
God, that thing don't ever quit.
It's
talking about that beer, Rolling Rock. Talking about the beer?
No. There was
Hey.
literally a peripheral for the NES called the Rolling Rock. The Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed it, and his the peripherals review.
Really? Because that's the beer he drinks.
Oh no! I'm serious. There's a peripheral called the Rolling Rock. And he actually made a joke in the AVGN. The AVGN made a joke about it too. I'm drinking Rolling Rock. He says something. I'm using Rolling Rock while drinking Rolling Rock.
That's hilarious.
Isn't
Isn't there a beer pong game for the Wii?
Oh, Lord.
I think there is.
Pong game.
I think there's a beer pong game for the Wii and 360. I think. I have to search it, but I'm fairly sure there is one.
Wait a minute. Isn't that based on that crappy movie?
It was based on the drinking game.
I think there was like another
beer pong.
Yeah,
No,
beer
I
pong.
think
That's
he's
when you
talking about
bounce the
Balls of
ball,
Fury.
and then it goes inside the cup, and then the opponent has to sit up here.
And you get mono or some shit.
Rolling Rock peripheral. I can't find it. You
Oh.
said there's an Angry Joe?
No, not Angry Joe. It's
Angry
Video
Gamer.
game nerd.
Oh, Angry Video Game Nerd. Oh, because I'm like, I can't find this. All I see is beer, and more beer. Which isn't bad.
Catch this rascally rabbit.
Wait, hold on. I'll find it for you. The Rolling Rock peripheral.
Send the link.
All right, while you
send
doing
the
that, let
link
me
in
go
the
into my
chat.
topic. That's
Send the link
okay.
in chat.
Go for it, T.
All right.
T.
My topic, is basically it's kind of a theory. I don't, it's just something I thought about. I feel like ever since the backlash, if you want to call it that, of Bayonetta 2 being exclusive to Wii U, I feel like ever since that, third parties saw that as a chance to market certain games. Take, for instance, Rayman Legends and Deus Ex Human Revolution. I feel like those games were initially told to be on Wii U exclusive because they wanted to, piss off the fanboys, and then get some some cheap, some easy publicity for their game.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a thought I had. What do y'all think?
I agree. I would think you're right.
Sounds about on point.
All right.
I'm bringing attention to
Speaking
it.
of Deus Ex Human Revolution, I just rented the game today. Well, not today. A couple of days ago. Still have it with me too, and I friggin' love it. I freaking love it. It's such an awesome game. I think it's this game.
Don't buy it.
I probably will. As a matter of fact, I probably will, but not this time because Donkey Kong is coming out soon.
Oh, look at that Nintendo fanboy. There's a third-party game. There's a good third-party game out there. Hey, Donkey Kong.
Whoa. There's games that are coming out in 2014 for the Wii U? I thought there were no games coming out for it. I thought only games were coming out on the PS4 and
That's
Xbox
the epitome
One.
of Nintendo fanboyism. Right there.
What is this game you speak of?
Oh man. No, but you know what? Getting back to gaming and what's going to be releasing in 2014. I'm just kind of curious because, like I said, I'm at a loss because I'm not really big on what's going on with PS4 and Xbox One. I thought I'd ask a question. What's coming out for those two consoles anytime soon that you know of for this year?
That is a damn good question.
The order, right? No?
Oh, okay.
No, Titanfall and Infamous, and that's it.
Infamous.
And I think that's about it.
Infamous, Titanfall.
Titanfall.
But Titanfall's gonna be on 360.
Titanfall looks good. Destiny.
I'm playing Titanfall on PC when it comes out.
Destiny might be
Oh god, I saw
Destiny game.
the gameplay of Destiny again. It's like I just realized how amazing this game looks, and especially it's developed by Bungie. It's and the fact that they're doing a lot more with the FPS genre than like games like COD and
The
Battlefield.
game
online only?
advantage would be ridiculous for that game.
Online only?
Time's up.
Is Destiny online only all the time?
Destiny?
Yeah.
It was supposed
I
to be
don't know.
like a persistent cloud kind of thing, like basically what Bungie.net was. Imagine Bungie.net like controlling everything. Like you had heat maps, it knew all your stats, all those kind of things, but it would manage players and all those other kind of things also.
So you need internet and their server to play it. Basically, you need that for sure.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I would imagine there's some kind of offline mode because they got to sell it some kind of way, especially with that whole backlash about the whole Xbox One thing.
It looked like they were doing like a single player campaign.
Isn't that what
I was
Titanfall doing though? Ain't Titanfall?
But yeah, Titanfall's doing the same thing.
Oh boy.
Both look very similar to me.
That's what worries me about the future of games, man. Because it's like all these games,
that
need online all the time. What happens, when that server's gone and you just
can't play it anymore.
Online
Let me
is
tell you
supposed
this.
to be
Let me
a
tell you
plus to the overall gaming experience. Period.
Look, listen.
It's not
Look,
anything about games. It should be the extra
there should
to
be
the
a
game.
balance between offline multiplayer and online multiplayer. That's where I see it.
Well, this is a direct result of every year Call of Duty players who don't play the campaign, they jump right online. So they just so these companies are like, screw making a campaign. Nobody plays it anyway. We just gonna put it all online.
Yes, so
I guess
casual
I'm
gamers, the true casual gamers are ruining gaming as we know it.
Well, we already know
Yes,
that.
but you see,
But they're spending money, so they're chasing them.
Exactly.
That's
That's
where the money
the problem right there. But the thing is, they're just throwing bad money after good is what they're pretty much doing.
why would you bother putting in local multiplayer when you're basically advertising to a bunch of people who don't have any real life friends?
Oh.
Here's
Hey, man.
Whoa.
here's the other thing.
Incoming offended date.
How can you track how much somebody plays a single player game? I mean, how accurately can you track that versus how accurately you can track how much somebody plays a multiplayer game online that they're logging in the server every day?
Well, you got trophies and all that stuff. I think that's the way they can keep.
Kind of, but that's a lot of digging.
Guys, you gotta keep in mind we have a resident shooter fan here too, though. What's your take on this whole, yearly release thing that's going on? Because you're a member of a shooter clan, aren't you?
Who? Me?
Yes, sir. You're a member of a shooter clan.
Me
Look.
and Nate are.
So what's your takes on it, guys? Maybe you guys can give us the best input on this.
All right. Well, here's my take. Let me tell you straight up. Two games, Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty, should have never went to console.
Agreed.
They should have stayed on PC. They should have a 3 to 4 year development cycle before the new one comes out. Plain and simple. All right.
And why?
Why? Because
I'm just
then
trying-
we'd
one clarification.
actually have games that are worth buying. You wouldn't have Call of
Hey, you
Duty
know what?
Ghost, and you wouldn't have Battlefield 4. Both of them severely broken when they came out.
This is why I agree. Anybody remember a game called Medal of Honor?
Oh yeah.
I used to
Hey,
play that
they
on
came
my
out. They came out few and far between on PC, but with each major release on PC, they were outstanding. So you went from Medal of Honor to Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and all the other. Basically, from there, it went to console, and once it went to console, it went to shit.
Yup.
You know,
I used to remember that. I used to
speaking
go on free time, go down to the base, and so go ahead.
speaking of Medal of Honor, this may be a bit off topic on it, but it's about the whole online thing about Titanfall. When I first found about Titanfall to be like 12 players, it's kind of saddening.
No, 6.
Because six? Really?
Six versus
Six.
Still 12.
So three
yeah,
versus
wait,
three. Wait.
No.
I heard
6 versus 6.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
He's right. He's right.
6 versus 6.
Really?
I just find it really sad because of the fact that with Titanfall, like 6 versus 6, with a bunch of bots, all around.
They're not bots, though. I mean, from the way I understand it, there is AI in the multiplayer, but you tell your Titan or your mech or whatever
First
what
off,
to do.
there is only multiplayer. Titanfall doesn't have a single player at all.
Well, let me get onto this part. Have you guys heard of Medal of Honor Heroes 2 for the Wii?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Medal of Honor Heroes 2 for the Wii has 32 players online, and that was on a console that was considered the weakest in the 7th generation.
Well, it is the weakest. It's not just considered.
Oh yeah, it is the weakest. It is the weakest.
Why do you
But,
need all those
yeah.
people in one game though to enjoy it? What's really wrong with 6 versus 6?
There's the chaos of it. I think. I kind of
Well,
understand, but I think
I'm not joshing the game for the fact that it has 12 players. All these people talking about this whole next gen thing with more players and all that stuff. But yeah, you have like games like Medal of Honor, or just basically having like more features or more players. More players online.
Let me simplify it for you.
I think Titanfall is different because of the way it plays. It's not. It's not.
There's there's going to be so much going on in one match of Titanfall that's all they can fit. It's 6 versus 6.
I have no problem with that on Titanfall. I think that works.
But it's the marketing that's backwards in this though, because every generation these people get on stage and they preach bigger and bigger numbers because that quote unquote means bigger and better things when it never really does. It's all about the software and how they program the damn game. So if they program the game to be a certain way, and hey, we're gonna have CPU loops here and here and here and here. We're gonna have code loops here and here and here, so we can allow these many players online at one time, or the servers or the individual nodes are going to run out of RAM. That's how the game works. It doesn't matter exactly how powerful it is, but if you listen to these people on stage, they will have you believe that. That's the problem. So people are saying, hey, exactly. Xbox One is so much more powerful than Wii U, so we think. So therefore, there should always be 128 players online in every multiplayer game. Right. This is what people are thinking. And now we're getting 6 versus 6 because guess what? It costs a lot of money to code a game for a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me.
To support a game like that.
I heard that mag that you could play up to like over 200 players.
Yeah.
256? I thought it was
256.
Which was pretty.
That's
crazy,
extreme
though.
chaos.
That's 128 versus 128.
That's nonsense.
That is extreme chaos.
That's too much
but once
chaos,
again,
bro.
that's the software though. There
But
is
actually,
no hardware
just
really.
a sec. That's not chaos. That game was freaking awesome. It wasn't 128 players on a freaking micro-sized map. There was like a humongous map, and they were broken off into sections of players.
And everybody had a job.
All on the same map at the same time playing.
Okay, that makes sense. My apologies.
Titanfall,
that
I was
sounds
trying to
better.
remember is the
I'll take that
layout
back.
of the game itself. That 6-on-6 is pretty frantic. It looked pretty frantic to me when I saw the.
Oh, 6 on 6 is plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but at a very basic level though, it just looks like Warhawk to me though.
Warhawk.
Yeah,
Because you
I
have
see where you would think that, yeah.
futuristic shooter. Well, futuristic multiplayer shooting, multiplayer only. There are vehicles. There's also ground combat, and it's basically supposed to be mass. So
Warhawk did.
yeah, but Warhawk was kind of that was a Sony only kind of thing. So we'll see what happens once Titanfall becomes multi-platform.
So yeah, like I said, I'm not joshing about Titanfall. And as a matter of fact, Titanfall looks really good, judging by the gameplay I've seen. And I heard good things about it too.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game.
So that's just putting it out there.
In the end, that's all that matters. Is the game fun?
When Fox said when Titanfall goes multiplayer, I just imagine a bunch of people just clicking the video off.
Those are lies. That's lies.
It's only a matter of time.
Well, we do know that the first game is definitely exclusive to Microsoft, but yeah.
Nate.
What?
Never mind.
It's an airsoft gun.
I know, but
it just
Don't worry. Nate
Guns and drugs on Games Are Lost podcast will always be shown.
Hey, bro, I'm innocent.
No tasty bro. Claim no drugs or guns over here.
We do not promote smoking, shooting, and yeah, that's about it. And cursing. Yeah, all right.
He's just battling for Bikini Bottom. I mean, give him a break.
He's getting ready for battle.
I grab my gun because I'm thinking to myself that all these talk about shooters makes me just want to go.
Oh my God!
Come on, Nate.
Put it on Facebook.
That's not the way to go, Nate. That's not the way. That's not the way to go.
Suicide is not the way to go.
Hang on, guys. The opinions and views of Gamer Nate do not reflect the opinions of the rest of the viewers.
We do not promote suicide in any way,
not our
shape, or
responsibility.
form.
The opinions, views, and actions of Gamer Nate.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I didn't even cuss. What the hell?
You still my boy, Blue.
Let's not
we're having fun, man.
Let's not dump on let's not dump on
Back to looking at Princess Peach.
Let's not take a complete dump.
That could be interpreted in the wrong way.
I was not gonna say you're looking at Peach a little too hard, my good man.
Oh, God. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, man. You gotta admit, she is kind of sexy.
Oh, okay. They took it to a...
Well, she bakes a good cake.
Obviously, Mario's saving her for one.
Yo, Shadow Fox, quote unquote cake.
The cake is alive.
Eat the cake. Let's take it a turn.
Eat the cake, anime.
Okay.
Come on, gentlemen. You gotta keep it clean,
Let's put it this way. There ain't no 40-something-year-old Italian plumber that's going to be rescuing the same chick for cake. That's all I'm saying.
He's getting something else out of the deal.
He might want to have his cake and eat it too.
Well, if he's a man. Wow.
Come on, guys.
So much that his brother wants to get involved.
Oh, God. Okay, now. Man, I guarantee you, if you was to go on Google right now.
All right, let's
you could do a Google search for Mario, Luigi, Peach, porno.
Okay.
A bit too far, Nate.
Too far, Nate. You were
all right. Does anyone want to turn on a camera and show drugs? That's the only thing we're missing now.
Oh, God.
Dang,
Put up a GTA video you have on.
Getting a little bit too happy now. Calm it down.
Here, I got something. I got a topic here. Here we go.
All right.
Good, please.
All right, what do you guys think about EA stating, "Oh, hey, we're in great relationship with Nintendo"? How many of you? I just want to know. Hold on. I just want to know how many of you laughed. How many of you cracked up?
I laughed.
Here's how I put it. I was drinking soda at the time and nearly choked to death.
Hey, Rosie, I've only got one thing to say.
Yeah.
EA games are not on Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
This is how I reacted. My reaction is exactly like James from Spider-Man. You know the news guy?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah,
Jameson,
James Earl
yeah.
Jameson.
You serious?
You serious?
Yeah, I mean, come on, yeah. You know, it's ridiculous that Peter Moore and all of these guys think they can literally pull the wool over our eyes. I mean, it's quite obvious. This has got to be the most dry, unprecedented partnership in history.
But Zen, listen. You have to remember, the average game is supposed to be stupid.
Yeah.
There's also another thing to remember.
Yeah, no, you Nintendo fanboys didn't go out and buy Mass Effect 3.
Hey,
There's
guys.
another thing to consider.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
hold on a second. Give me just a brief moment with this. All I'm saying is this: assuming that what was said was a rumor, that the reason why they dropped the Wii U was Kitty. Let's just assume that the so-called anonymous source was just basic trolling, right? They didn't do themselves any favors by not releasing their games on a consistent basis on the Wii U when they could have easily done so. So all they did was basically give credence to this so-called anonymous source. So either way, there you go. Nothing Peter Moore can do except for releasing games on the Wii U will make this otherwise. That's just my opinion.
I bet he has 2 accounts.
It's a stupid thing to say because when did they decide that it was Kitty? Was it back when they were gonna put all those games on it? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. It makes no sense at all. And like I said, I made the comment. I think what's his name did a video on it recently talking about this, and I made the comment saying, well, you know, EA is basically in damage control over the Wii U right now, and just like their games, they're a year too late. And what was it? The game, just like their damage control is a year too late and underwhelming, basically. And I mean, you know, that's how I feel about it. I mean,
So here's my question about that, right? So pretty much everybody was dropping this system. Most of their excuses were sales for the most part. There are a couple of people that tried to come up with a couple other reasons, but they never really specified what they were. Some people tried to say it was because it was weak, but when you actually read the source, it wasn't because of that. So if sales were the issue, with Wii U still technically being the market leader right now of the 8th generation, still technically, what's the stance now? So is EA gonna continue, or are they waiting for the sales to get lower?
What it is they're looking for, the excuse of saying that the projected sales are going to be significantly lower on the Wii U versus the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Is what they're going to try to imply. That's going to be their safety net.
Okay,
and hoping that it turns out to be the case, so they don't look bad.
So what happens if, for sake of all things being evil, Nintendo manages to pull out, say, 11 to 15 million alone this year, and the other consoles aren't able to touch that?
They'll bite their tongues.
There'll be something else. But the whole sales thing doesn't make any sense because N64 had EA games. GameCube had a lot of EA games. I mean, so you can't use that as an excuse either.
GameCube had almost every EA game.
Exactly. So you still supported those systems.
Even the Wii had EA games.
The Wii had EA games. The Wii had Wii specific EA games.
And it was too easy for them because even if they only sold 100,000 copies over there, it only cost them 10,000 to probably make the game.
Exactly. So weak can't be an excuse, and install base can't be an excuse because we've been there already.
Oh man, y'all cut right into my subject.
Oh Lord, you know what? Then go right into it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know what? Go for it. You're ignoring the core of EA's attitude towards Nintendo. Iwata went over there and just peed in Peter Moore's cereal. That's all I can think.
Please understand.
Please understand.
It's just like
It's
just like
I ate all these bananas. I have to pee.
Would you like to have some cereal with me? Yes, I would. Let me piss on it first.
Oh man, that's
disgusting.
That's not eat for everyone.
You guys are sick.
Sorry, when it just comes to mind, it comes to mind.
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Okay, so now that we are progressing along with this subject, shall hey, Andre, you said you want to continue something along the lines of this?
Yeah,
or what? Go for it.
pretty much jumped right into where I was headed anyhow.
Then hop right in.
Now,
Motorsports? Sorry, go ahead.
Just listen to this question real quick. Real quick. Do you think it's intelligent for people as developers to say it's too weak, but then still go and support the 3DS?
God. Yeah. No. I go a step further. It's too weak, but then support tablets.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Well, let me speak on that real
that's
quick.
subjective though, because there are tablets that are technically more powerful than the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big install base.
Hold on. I think Shadow Fox should talk about this since he has the Xbox One.
Yeah, well, my thing is that we've seen this before, right? We've seen, hey, we can't put Unreal Engine 3 on the Wii because it's too weak to run it or whatever, right? Then they go and port Unreal 3 to the iPhone 3GS, which by far and away was a weaker GPU than what was in the Wii. So, and then we have other situations where, okay, the 3DS comes out, right? And the 3DS is still a tad bit weaker than the Wii, as it's a powerful console, portable, not as powerful as the Vita, but it was as powerful as the Wii, but for whatever reason they were able to port Street Fighter 4 to it.
Yep.
And the character models.
But it was never on the Wii. The Wii couldn't do it apparently.
I'm sorry, you knew it could.
Yo, Shadow Fox, we've got the 59th version of Street Fighter 4 coming this year, and it's not on the Wii U either. So,
isn't that a little off? It's the only one with the U in it, and it's not on the Wii U.
Yeah, that is weird.
Makes no sense.
I know, right?
It's
Every
the only
game with
ever
every
Street
game
Fighter
with the
game
U
with the
in
U in it, and it has no
Actually,
way made it to the Wii U.
I heard that Capcom couldn't really afford, couldn't afford to port Ultra Street Fighter 4 to the Wii U.
They can
afford.
But they can afford those Monster Hunter
They took
sales.
their
though.
money and put it into a mobile studio. They can go kick rocks.
okay, let's put it this way. If you try riding a bike, you lose your balance and you fall, it's because of gravity, right?
Yes.
Good. So are you going to go out again, ride the same bike knowing you can't ride and fall, and then blame gravity, even knowing it exists? No. You're not. Exactly. They're doing the same things that put them in the financial hole that they are, and complaining about the financial hole that they are in.
What is the definition of insanity?
What's the
definition
Doing
of
the same
insanity?
thing over and over again.
different
Hey,
results.
you know what?
Expecting
No,
different
drop the
results.
ball on Atlas. They need to go ahead and just buy Capcom.
What
Get it over with.
sense does it make
That's funny.
releasing Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the Xbox 360 and PS3 when everybody and their grandma ought to have that game or some version thereof by now? But in so doing, you ignore the one console and one audience that remains completely untapped. Then you complain that you ain't making no money.
And they took that Nintendo IV, with Monster Hunter. They took that IV, made all that money, and they can't reciprocate somehow to the fan base that supported them and kept them on life support.
Exactly.
Hold on, let's go one step further. What is the last announced Metal Gear Solid game for a Nintendo platform?
Twin Snakes.
Twin Snakes.
No.
Damn.
No, 3DS.
No, 3DS.
Yeah, I jumped off real quick.
Forgot about 3DS one. I have it.
And was it an original game?
Oh no.
It was a
It was
remake.
it was a port of 3, right?
Yeah.
But Nintendo keeps going through all these hoops and stuff and doing things like, hey, can we use your character in this game that's going to sell at least 10 million units?
Okay, hey. One thing I gotta say, I always say it, Kojima is a goddamn sellout. Have you heard what this man says for the Xbox audience and for the Sony audience? It's like, oh, you get special features over here. You're not going to get this over on Sony. And he goes over to Sony and he butters up their ass too. So, you know,
Mm.
it's like, dude, who are you? What are you for?
Oh, Lord.
Kojima moves everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all.
He's definitely a hoe. I mean,
It gets
Learning mom against dad, huh?
It gets better. It gets better.
Kissing up the Rockstar, kissing up to them.
Oh, Lord.
Doing them butterfly kisses at them. Man, come on, man.
Oh, my God.
all I gotta say
guys, it
is
gets
if-
better. When it comes to a certain fighting game that came out for the PS3 and the 360, that's made by Namco, that's widely popular, but it's sold most on a certain Nintendo system, yet it's not being released on a recent certain Nintendo system.
That's because Nintendo lacks the caliber. They lack soul. You know, they lack.
We don't know how the eShop works. So therefore, Nintendo.
We don't know Link ain't got no soul.
How in the world are you gonna afford a port for a Nintendo console when you can't even figure out which company's name should come first in your name? Namco, Bandai Namco. Decide. What are you?
My Nintendo device is coming out right now. I've had all versions of the game except for the Xbox One.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
These third parties are stupid. They are ridiculously stupid. Okay.
No. Stupid. Not
They're
good enough.
stupid.
They don't
Yeah,
deserve
that's it.
stupid.
Yeah, that's too many letters. The chupid. Yeah.
The chupid.
Well, you know, I forgot who said it. It's not the developer's fault. It's the publisher's fault. You know, a lot of times the developers get all the flack. They're the ones who control the money. They're the ones who control what gets released where. So,
Dr. Trey said that.
yeah, it was Dr. Trey. Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Hey,
you.
so right now, if the developers had their way,
That was a good
prices would be on the Wii U.
Right, yeah, because they wanted it there. I mean, they were working on it. So,
They were practically done with it, from what I heard.
yeah, it was almost done. So, you know, that's.
I mean, take a look at Rayman is an excellent example. Look at the delay after delay after delay, all to make it multi-plat. You know
And
what I'm saying?
they actually boycotted it. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna stand outside and say, please release our game. It's done."
Oh, Quan, I'm glad you brought up Rayman Legends because it's going to be on PS4 and Xbox One.
The definitive edition.
Oh, that's
perfect.
yeah.
The fraud edition. What are they gonna be? Like more 1080p, or is it gonna be 4K now? Like,
1080p.
It's still going to look exactly the same.
That's embarrassing.
They're literally reserving the same audience.
That's embarrassing.
Hey, wait. The game's gonna run at 240 frames per second, so you can't say that.
Get that monitor back.
But hold on. But listen. What's worse? I mean, with Ubisoft, Zombie U sold more than Rayman Legends overall over all the platforms it was on, and then it ends up on Xbox One and PS4. But there can't be a second Zombie U.
Don't even get me started on Ubisoft, man, because users come out now that
I just want my patch for Zombie U.
Yeah. Freaking
Zombie U, damn it. Well, go ahead, Tim. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay, yeah. Don't even get me started on Watch Dogs, man, because freaking Ubisoft, because Watch Dogs already got done DLC. So they already said we're done with the DLC for freaking Watch Dogs. Think about that for a second.
That's ridiculous. The game ain't even out yet, and they done with it. See, this is kind of bullshit.
Wait, it's just how Bethesda does it. Come on,
man. Good job, T. You almost did it.
You want horse armor?
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But yeah, I mean that's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. And these fans, they just sit back there and they just take it. It's just, oh, that's all right. And get mad when that DLC ain't coming. The damn DLC should have been in the damn game. It ain't even out yet.
That's what I was just about to say. If DLC is finished already, there's a problem.
That just makes no sense.
Put it on the disc already.
That game's coming out when? June?
Nobody
around May or June.
Okay, and we've got done DLC. I mean, let that ruminate. Let that season it a little bit. Stay with it a little bit, right?
DLC sounds like on disc DLC.
Pretty much.
No way.
And all you're gonna be getting.
It's either it's going to be on the disc, or they're just going to separate it from what's on the disc and just hold out on it and sit there on it.
That's right.
When your DLC is certain kilobytes, come on now. We know that ain't. We know that's on the disc.
That's straight up suspect. Exactly. I had a rant about that in an old podcast.
It's just pointless. DLC should only stuff made after
It's
the
extra
game is
content.
finished. That couldn't be that they didn't have time for. If they had time to finish it, it should be on the disc.
Yeah.
It's called unlockables.
Yeah. Pay to lock 'em.
Things like extra Halo maps that makes sense. 'Cause those can actually be done after the fact. If people, they could speak to the developer, like they could say, "Hey, Bungie, we want the original Halo 1 map back." So they add a version of the Halo 1 map to every game now, for the most part. Either when the game comes out or a little bit after, they'll put that map on there, Blood Gulch, basically a variant of Blood Gulch. So I mean, like, why can't it be that way? Because it just makes more sense, and the people that actually want to buy it will go out and buy it because it was their demand that created it anyway.
Or even better, with Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge on the Wii U, that you get extra DLC characters via a update for free.
Yes.
All right.
I
guys,
love it.
Guys, give me a moment though. Somebody's gonna have to sit up here and make a early sign out because they got things that came up. Shaner, by all means, go for it, bro.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I gotta help my wife wrap up our yard sale we had this weekend, but the show's been great. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and remember, come check us all out on our channels on YouTube. This is Shaner123 from GN Tech TV reminding you to stay frosty.
There
All
you
the
go.
best, bro.
Later, bro.
Later, guys.
Later.
Oh, I'm frosty, all right. I'm literally frozen.
I mean, it's not against DLC. The idea. I have no problem with DLC. I've bought DLC. It's just this kind of DLC that gets on my damn nerves.
Exactly.
I mean, when you releasing, I mean, if it could come out day one, it should have been on the damn game. It should have been with the game.
So this is the problem. This is the problem. There are DLC packs that have trailers for them.
Oh man!
Why are you releasing a trailer for DLC?
It's the man with the worthy butter.
Wait, a trailer for DLC?
Yes.
Yep.
It's like a DLC for everything nowadays.
Wow.
Oh my god.
First disc? No.
Well, you know what? There are
Desperate
some.
much?
But no,
That's
there's
right.
some kinds of DLC that could have a trailer, like what's the game?
Last of Us has a trailer.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm talking about
see trailers,
Blood
though.
Dragon. Blood Dragon I could see a trailer for Blood Dragon.
Because that's a completely different game for the most part.
It's a whole new game. Super Luigi U. Even though it didn't have no, I don't think it had a trailer, but that's a whole another game. So that kind of a trailer for that kind of a thing makes sense.
That's
But when you put out a trailer for skins and extra guns, I mean,
That's annoying.
I'm gonna kill you. Come on, kill.
Yeah, hey.
That's
Why unlock stuff when you can pay $2.99 and make your assassin black?
Pay to play.
Oh man.
Oh god.
We should about Cold Masters.
I never understood stuff that doesn't actually enhance the game being paid for.
I guess you know what I could see if it was an impulse buy and it was priced at a very significantly low, price. But the thing is, a lot of times they price gouge.
What you mean,
this
like
stuff.
a quarter?
You know
Something
what?
like that. Like an
I
impulse
think what
buy.
it is-
That's an impulse buy.
I think what it is we're all old and we're used to unlocking extra content.
But look,
used
they
to
can
get
have
full
a game.
games.
They can have a game that would have unlockable content and still have DLC in the same game.
Guys, I want you guys to imagine something. This is kind of dystopian, but this is probably where we're headed. Imagine playing Grand Theft Auto 6 and you go into the store to buy a beer in the game, and you actually have to pay for it with money. Imagine going into the clothing store, and you actually have to pay for your clothing. If you want to buy shoes in Grand Theft Auto, you're spending real $20 to get shoes.
Grand Theft Auto Second Life Edition.
The sad part is that
They're already doing that, ain't
could
they?
be a reality.
Aren't they
That
already
really
doing that on
can be.
mobile? They doing that on mobile?
Oh no! You see, that's not the sad part because these people they're only in it for money. They're companies, right? The sad part is that there are some fools out here gonna support it.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
No. That will defend it. That's the
defend
part.
it. Yeah.
It will be marketed as the new generation of gaming.
Pretty much.
Can't wait for the
It
new
will be a
generation.
it will be a next gen feature.
Can't wait for the next generation console. It's gonna have money slots in it, and credit card slot there.
Oh Lord!
Swipe your card.
You don't need it. The Wii U already has NFC.
You know,
Oh, that's a good
all this
point.
talk
But
about
on the
DLC.
gamepad, gimmick.
Yeah, it's like GTA 5. You get a whole new wardrobe with 4K resolution.
You figure out with all the money grubbing, they should have jumped on Wii U for that. It's like, oh, this console has NFC.
4K support, supposedly.
Hey, you know what, guys?
I mean, you got jeans already, but how about jeans with 4K textures on them?
You know,
See the
guys,
tier as it happens.
Hold on. Before Zen, you forgot the textures on the shoelaces.
Oh yeah, man.
Somebody said
See the dirt as it forms.
there's
How
gonna
about
be
texture for the bling?
Okay.
somebody said
Alright,
there's gonna be a credit card slot in the
Yeah.
console itself, right? But imagine that the next generation consoles are all digital, right? But it's still got a slot in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insert your money and teleports to them.
What am I supposed to put here?
That was my other epiphany. Why weren't all these the money grubbing developers jumping on Wii U? Because it's got NFC support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
That
put
means
it
that
over
you
the
could.
pad.
That means you can permanently tie your credit card to whatever they do in the game.
Oh Lord! Don't give them any ideas.
Please,
Just
no.
saying.
Because they weren't thinking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Quan, can we just omit what Shadow Fox said?
For real.
You
don't need
can't
that
remove
many
that from
ideas.
live.
Live show.
Somewhere Peter
Yo.
Moore's over here like, wait a minute, and then we can, and wow, this is all gold. This is
Just
genius.
hold right over it and
You
scan
know,
it.
Yo,
but you
all
know
this
what?
talk
Shit
about-
part 2.
all this talk about DLC, makes me, ponder about, Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS, right? It's like, I'm just hoping that whatever they do, if they ever do plan on doing DLC for Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS, I hope they do it right.
I don't think they
No.
will, and I'm
Well,
gonna tell you why.
know what?
I'm gonna tell you why. Smash Brothers is an evergreen title, and it's evergreen, and that's why it sells as well as it does because it's evergreen, just like Mario Kart. I don't think they're gonna put DLC on there because if the game is complete as it is anyway, that's why people keep buying it over and over again.
I mean,
But
there's so much stuff in that game.
You have to remember,
But you
they've
got-
been developing this game for over 3 years. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. They've been developing this for a while.
So there's probably a lot in there. Anyway, I don't think they're gonna need DLC.
All right, now
All
let me
right,
get a chance here to introduce somebody who just peeked in a while ago over here in the podcast. Hey, Jamie, do your thing, man.
Hey, you still suck. I like you, but you suck, dude.
Jamie.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Jamie Butterworth, aka Butterworthy here. Joining late because I had to do grocery shopping.
There you go, man. Husband's duty
Well, you gotta
is duty, and let me see. Fiance's duty is never done.
Let me
So,
guess.
um,
Let me guess, Jamie. You bought more butter.
I did actually
How
buy
much is
more
your
butter
butter
today.
He bought more. No, he
How
didn't
much
just
is
buy
it
much
worth?
butter. He bought worthy butter.
That's
How much
I
is it
just
worth?
hope Lawrence don't get to whip it.
Well, if anybody's
Okay,
been
Reg.
on Google Plus for the past couple of minutes, you know why I was late to the podcast. There's an image there explaining it.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's delicious. I gotta make some macarons.
Now that Jamie's here, I wanted to
Gotta love
reply to a comment that you made about what's the game? We just talking about the damn game. I can't think of the name now. Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs.
Right.
I made a comment about I heard that the game wasn't gonna have all the gamepad features they were talking about. That was scrapped or something.
Yep.
And yeah, I didn't know. I just saw somebody talking about it. I didn't really, research it or anything. Just wanted to throw that out there. I didn't know that it was a anonymous source that said that. So
Oh yeah, more
Yeah,
anonymous
so-
sources.
yeah, I had no idea about that. I just heard it somewhere and people were talking about it. So
Gaming journalism is truly failing us.
It is.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
It's
broken.
not journalism.
Jamie said it.
It's
I
not,
said
It's
You know what? It's not
fanboys
just gaming
talking.
journalists, it's gamers, period.
Exactly. It's
Gamers are failing the
giving-
industry because they're buying all this bull crap instead of getting what's real. This right here, if y'all don't know what game this is a game called Edge. It cost $1.99 on the eShop.
Good game.
I got
This
that.
game is sick.
It's awesome.
It is
Okay.
Marble Madness for blocks.
I'm
But
buying it now.
But didn't that company just went out? They just went out of business. I think. Who's that? Who's that? Being Tokitori? Who? Same company.
Yeah, they got,
Tori went out of business?
Yeah, they
they're
went
doing
out.
a restructuring.
They're doing a restructuring or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a restructuring.
Nintendo should buy them and make them a second-party developer and
Yeah,
make all kinds of
Tokitori has
wacky...
so much potential.
Yeah. Okay, so can I drop my topic now?
Go for it.
Go for it.
All
Drop
right.
that science.
$5.
$5, Buster. If you get the reference, if you get that reference.
It's not going to be anything too serious. We just came off from a downer, so it's going to be something a bit lighter. I recently saw news that there was this one gamer, this one guy whose house was on fire. He woke up and ran out, scotch-free. Nothing went wrong with him, right? Realizing what was going on, he ran back into the house to save his Xbox. So, a question for you guys. If your house is on fire, you ran out, got away, what would you run back into the house to get?
The homeowner's insurance policy.
Yes. 3DS, the computer could
Hey,
just burn in
seriously.
hell. I don't care. It's too
That
heavy
would be
to carry.
me. That would be me going back in the house to get my damn game systems.
Hey, Lizard T, I completely understand. With all the classics you got, you
Seriously.
can't replace them.
For real.
I can't even
I'm
laugh
sorry.
at that dude.
That's probably what I would end up running back for is all
I
my
can't
old
laugh at that
classic
guy.
stuff.
I wasn't gonna say
That would-
Mr.
that would
T,
be me.
but
I couldn't
I
even.
am.
That would be
Bro,
me.
I went in the Marine Corps and I lost all of my old systems. I am so jealous of you. I am so jealous. I don't have anything beyond the GameCube.
I'd lose my mind. And
I think the Marine Corps has the same problem with shipping that the Army does.
I don't know. I was in the Corps and I kept all mine.
Okay.
No. See,
You
you're
understand?
lucky. I will just leave it alone. I'll just say people I trusted wasn't as trustworthy as I thought they were. And really,
Oh, they sold your stuff off.
And the sad thing
Speaking
is,
of-
Something
all my
like that.
stuff- All my stuff is on the 3rd floor in my office.
It's either
And
they sold your stuff off, they rolled off with it.
You got a
silence
three-story
is
house?
golden.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, I got a 3-story house.
All right, I think you're lying about your address. You gotta be over in Hollywood now.
I wish I was in Hollywood. I'm trying to get to Hollywood. I wish I was over there.
Oh man.
I actually do have a story to tell you guys, and this story was told by Tony Rendy himself. This is the kicker. Basically, he went to EB Games. You know, Tony Rendy's from Canada, right? You know, EB Games is the Canadian equivalent to GameStop. He was at EB Games. He saw a customer was asking for a Wii U, right? But this jerk of an employee was telling him, no, don't get the Wii U, get a PS4. And he was actually trying to force the customer to buy a PS4 over a Wii U. And guess what the customer did? He says, if you won't sell the Wii U to me, then I'm gonna go to another store. He left. Even things like that.
Wow.
Wow.
That I've seen that happen in person.
Well,
That's
I
sad.
clap for that effort because I mean,
That's great.
I wouldn't. That's annoying that somebody would try to force you to buy something you don't want.
That's annoying because the thing is, right? There's not really anything out for the PS4 right now. I'm bored with this thing. I'm literally bored with it.
But not only that,
Really now?
it's one thing. It's one thing if somebody come in and say, "I want an Xbox 3 or Xbox One," and you try to convince them to get a PS4, because there's not a lot of difference right now, at least in those games. But a Nintendo, if you're going to get a Nintendo system, you can't talk me into buying an Xbox, because I'm trying to get Nintendo games, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that.
Hey, games. At least you got that backwards compatibility.
That's one thing that makes me so sad.
hold on.
Because,
Wait, Gaikai, no wait.
Gaikai. I can't wait to go on
PlayStation
there
now.
and have that buffering everywhere.
It's funny how that's no longer relevant. Backwards compatibility, because when the GameCube couldn't do it, oh my lord, it was they can't do backwards compatibility.
I was
But now it's okay.
But
How many people would have really
how
put a
bad
cartridge
Nintendo
jack on the
used-
back of their GameCube?
But people were crying about it. I remember.
I mean,
love how. Go ahead.
people had broken games. There were broken games on the Xbox 360 because they were trying so hard to force this emulated mode where you could play Xbox One games on it. They did that for like 2 years before they finally gave up the ghost.
Original Xbox games.
Yeah, original. I'm sorry.
Not Xbox
To me,
One.
that's the OG Xbox. That's the OG Xbox. Big Daddy green and black.
Apologize for cigarette. My window's open.
No. I was just correcting you there because you said Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like,
But, you know. So you see how anybody
They had to say original Xbox.
But I was confused about the Wii U. Is that just another Wii? Or is the Xbox One another Xbox?
By the way,
Was the PS4 another PlayStation?
Sega Saturn had a cartridge slot on the back of it.
But that was for RAM. That wasn't for like the game itself, though.
You know, the thing about it is that this whole switch up to the whole x86 architecture, it's been the things it can't do are actually piling up to be a bigger problem than the things it's supposed to solve.
Well, there's also the problem of both the Xbox One and the PS4 are supposedly being hacked already.
Really?
Yeah, because it's easy.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean, it's PC architecture.
As I say, it's PC architecture, so
Just
it's kind of
like
to be
like the
expected.
Xbox and the Dreamcast before it.
When did that become so important is what I'm wondering. Because we've had 7-8 generations without,
They
x86
want to drag and drop ports to the
Exactly.
PC
They
and
don't
vice
listen to the
versa.
developers. They listen to the developers. Developers are saying this is what we want because it'll make it easier for us. So they're bending over backwards to do that.
Yeah,
That's all it
third-party
is.
And it's
Garbage.
making them far more vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh well, that's what they get.
They're giving away all their bargaining chips. That's what they're doing.
I just find it really ridiculous that they made this whole switch, and now it's just nothing else works other than the games. The system is built to. Nothing else works. It's like additional features are just gone out the window, all because of this switch up. So it's like, I only got one question: was it worth it?
To me, it's not. To me, it absolutely wasn't worth it. They should have stuck with PowerPC and Cell if they could have sat out there and made a more progressive Cell architecture that was easier to code for.
They didn't even have to. IBM already did it for them.
That's
It's
really
too
a
soon.
good idea.
It's too
bro.
soon, fools. You gotta give it time. Give it a year. It's too soon.
Whoa! How dare you use that logic when it was used against Wii U? We used that immediately. Wait a year. No, that's not wait a year. It's dead now.
And that's my
Exactly.
No, mine looks like it's alive. I mean, I just put a post on Meverse asking for people to submit questions live as we're doing this podcast right now.
You know what, Nate? I don't like you.
Why are you using Beavers? Why don't you use the Twitter app on the PS4? Nope, can't do it.
No, use Facebook. Use Facebook.
No, Facebook.
You see there, Andre?
You're making me jealous, man.
Yeah, man. How can you gonna use Meverse when clearly commenting on a YouTube video is less social rejected?
Oh Lord.
Oh man.
Off his Wii U over here making people not peanut butter but making them all jelly.
Hey, where's the best of both worlds, Bell?
Gosh, man.
Yo, Games Rosa.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something ironic. You say you're bored with your PS4 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have the Wii U for about a year, and I still play the Wii U. I still have
that's 'cause you're a fan.
Oh, trust me. My Wii U has been played.
Oh,
My
oh,
Wii U has.
Can I contribute? I want to say something.
Yeah.
All right. For the record, just to let everybody know, I did not get a Wii. I did not get a Wii. I had no interest in the Wii other than motion control. Interesting. But I had no interest. I had none whatsoever. But I got my Wii U.
Send it to go to Guantanamo Bay.
I got my Wii U, and I freaking love it.
Did you know that you can get more playtime out of these two titles alone than the entire roster of PS4 and Xbox One combined?
You know,
Tell me
funny
about
story,
it.
definitely.
funny story about that stuff is that
I agree.
More than Resogun?
oh my god,
Video games that don't exist.
Hey, drones and all of you guys who believe in this nonsensical logic about Nintendo games not being hardcore and all that, I dare you, I double dare you, I will give you my Wii U. I will buy all your PS4 and Xbox One games for a year if you can beat Fire Emblem Awakening on lunatic mode.
Oh God.
Hey, that's all I'm saying.
That sounds like money there.
Man,
Sorry, but they only know how to pay to play.
90% of them fools can't beat the original Donkey Kong, man.
So Zid,
Oh
are
my
you telling me
God.
if I
No,
post
no,
a
no, no.
video beating Fire Emblem
Yeah, I'll tell you
Awakening?
this.
The
Yeah, no,
sad
you're not a
fact
drone.
is,
It doesn't apply to you.
there's
Oh,
a
what do you mean
study-
I'm not drone? I'm a
Hold on,
Sony
hold on,
pony,
hold on,
man.
hold on,
Don't you know
hold
I got accused?
Dude,
You
there's
accused of
you
being a
guys
Sony
know.
pony?
Wait, listen. You guys already know this. I'm sure you've heard about this study. There's a study that shows that most modern day gamers cannot beat the original Super Mario Brothers.
I thought that was fake.
That was fake. Yeah, that
No,
was fake.
that's a real study. At least
No, I
in
thought
London.
that was fake.
No, it was in London.
Wasn't it about the first level of it?
Oh no, I think what happened was was it Miyamoto? Miyamoto saying that was a fake thing. I think that's what.
Oh, that part was fake, but there actually was a real
Yeah.
study.
I think we're mixing the two here. I think.
Yeah.
If there's a study of
It
people
was
that people that can't beat the first Mario level, I feel sad.
That's pretty sad.
I'm sorry. I beat the first Mario level when I was like 2.
But you know what? If you grew up playing New Super Mario Brothers, I can almost see it because New Super Mario Brothers is quite less challenging than
Yeah,
the
it's
original
quite
Super Mario games.
easy in comparison. But
I mean,
it's not.
if
The first level of Mario was really hard.
if I ever
That's true.
encounter a kid in real life who, I give him the original Mario game, I tell him, sit down, play this. You probably never played it, of course. And, the game starts, and that first Goomba kills them, and they look at me and they tell me, what's the shoot button?
You know what my response would be? My response
I
would
am
be,
going
hey,
to
you gotta get the
lock you
flower.
in a room with nothing but NES games to play for the rest of the year. You need help.
I would
How
lock
about
him in a room.
if they start, playing the level or whatever, and then they try to go back and they can't, and they get mad.
Because that's a whole part of the whole problem
So it's
with
a
modern
challenge to the first
gamers.
game, though.
Because think about how games used to be, guys. All of us here are veteran gamers. Think about how games used to be, and they just said, okay, here's the game. You put it on. You probably blow your cartridge because it ain't working. You put it on, and
Yeah, I remember those days.
Exactly. Once it powers up, it was just you in the game. Now you've got 2 hours of freaking tutorials to tell you how to play the damn game. I mean,
After you finish the mandatory install update.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. So it's like, are gamers being trained to be dumber?
Well, yeah, I mean,
pretty much,
and we're not excluded because I recently, I went back. I have a Mega Man collection on GameCube, and I went back to play that, and that game handed me my ass.
But you have to remember,
because I just couldn't. My mechanics from gaming, recently, so off from those old games that it was like hard for me to recalibrate. To playing that game again, and I eventually got back, but it took a few deaths.
It's easier to control a more simple-minded audience.
Right.
I do happen to feel the same way too, because I remember what is it? There's like a couple of games I remember playing back then that I used to be so good at them, but then like nowadays when I went back to those older games, especially like the GameCube, some of the GameCube games.
Yeah.
Like I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? I'm starting to suck so bad. It's
you gotta expect to be a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, because you're so used to being able to crouch and get your energy back. I'm gonna duck behind this cover and my energy will come back. You're so used to that. You gotta go back to games where you gotta find med packs and all that stuff.
See, that's what I enjoyed about Duke Nukem 0 Hour on the 64. I love that game.
Can I ask a question? Does anybody besides me miss the days of whenever you would have like Contra 3 on one system and Contra Hard Corps on another system?
Oh yes,
Do you miss the days of the real multiplats whenever it wasn't carbon paste multiplats? It was unique, made for the system multiplat?
Did you guys miss the days when you had multiple systems and people didn't get mad at you for it? They were like, they were giving you props.
They'd be like, hey man, can I come play your systems too?
You got a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis? What y'all rich?
Exactly.
Hey, let me tell you something. The day that Killer Instinct came out on Super Nintendo, half the entire apartment complex was at my apartment playing.
Oh, by the way,
Because it was
don't
an
you
$80
remember the
game.
days when you could laugh at somebody dumb enough to buy a Neo Geo and the cartridges?
Hey, I was that idiot. I was that idiot.
Hey, don't be dissing Neo Geo. Neo
That's
Geo
not
was cool.
nice.
Neo
Neo Geo was cool.
time,
I
though,
just
is what
couldn't
I'm going
afford it.
off at.
Neo Geo had about 7 or 8 good games. That's about
Neo
it.
Geo was awesome. I just
Man,
could never get it.
if it wasn't for SNK and Neo Geo, we never would have got one of the best fighters. No, we would have never got one of the best fighters ever created, Samurai Showdown.
As I say,
But
Samurai
dude,
Showdown. Oh my
yeah,
god.
but then again, how much
Samurai.
did it cost?
Enough. $200 a
But you
game.
know what? You got quality for that cost. I mean, you got arcade perfect.
Literally,
games.
it was the
Well,
same
yeah,
cartridge that was in the
it's the
arcade
exact same.
It
machine.
was this
It
exact
was the
same.
exact same
yeah.
base from the machines.
It
Yeah.
asked you for
bought the Samurai
tokens.
collection the other day. It's beautiful.
Let's put it this way: if you walked into the store to buy a Neo
On the
Geo,
Wii.
you walked in to buy a Neo Geo back in the day, you didn't have the cash, and the retailer, the guy at the desk, he tells you to sign some anonymous papers. Then, 20 years down the road, this dude comes up, walks up to your door, rings the bell, you open it, and there's a machete in hand. You know what he comes for. It's an arm and a leg.
Oh, bad.
But that was never going to be mainstream. I think they knew that. They were catering to a specific audience.
They were catering to the fans
Yeah,
of
about
their
like what the
specific
most
games.
expensive Steam machines are being made for, to a specific rich audience.
Yeah. Exactly, the enthusiasts. Like I was saying before, and many podcasts past that, if they cater to the enthusiast crowd, they're not going to sit up here and expect a massive install base. They're just going to sit up here and sell to that particular crowd. But the problem with that is a lot of these developers, like I said, go out of their way to make their budgets based on these enthusiasts and let them dictate the market. And that's a problem. That's a major problem.
Slow clap for that one. That's
And they're still doing it right now to this day. Apparently because Xbox Live and PlayStation Network is trying to, basically mimic Xbox Live the best way it can. Those are the internet infrastructures that they need to be in place. And Nintendo's internet infrastructure is not there yet. They're a step behind, apparently. When last I checked, at any point in time during the game, I can make a picture from my game shot show up anywhere. I can post it directly to Google Plus from not needing a computer or anything like that. So,
guys, just to let you know, we're kind of overtime here, so
That seems to be normal with us.
Exactly. We got time for one quick topic to bust it out. Everybody give their takes, and then we do our thing. So,
Okay.
So does anybody have a quick topic that needs to be gleaned over or whatever that hasn't had a chance yet?
No.
How do you feel?
All my topics are hardcore, so no.
Here's just a little topic.
My topic could be long, so.
Okay, so I'll take it. Does anyone have a leftover copy of Nintendo World Championships? I want one.
If I did, it would be locked away in a box with nobody.
Exactly. One of those things turned up
That's
on
his
eBay
retirement
this
fund.
weekend.
That's his
Yeah.
retirement fund.
Much money, yeah. I want one. No, seriously, anyone.
How much we talking about? 20,000, 30,000, more?
Higher.
Higher than that?
11,000.
I think it's
we were
over
in the
200,
50s.
right?
Let's see.
Wow.
The auction ends tomorrow with a high bid of 5,500 at the time of
Okay.
writing. So
5,500. I think the asking was high though, wasn't it?
the last time was in 2011, where it fetched $11,000.
Oh, 11,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's up for your retirement fund.
Yeah, only 116 copies of these things were made worldwide. So
I'm surprised it's going for so cheap.
I'm sorry, but that just lets you know you had that one Nintendo cartridge. You could sell it off and buy everything on the market right now.
Everything.
That is true.
yeah, that's
but
it.
then
So, so once again, I'll ask again. Please tell me, one of you, do you have one?
Nope.
I wish.
Then,
Okay.
I'm sorry, but even if I did, I wouldn't hand it to you, buddy.
Okay, in all seriousness though, does anybody have a topic that they want to bust
One
out
little
real quick?
thing. One little thing.
Go for it, Games.
What do you guys feel about the Candy Crush creators owning the word candy?
Oh my God! They actually
forgot
didn't
about
get
that.
it.
That's
They were
right.
turned down.
Oh, they were turned down. Okay.
I thought that was a joke. That's some real stuff.
Yeah,
No,
they
they
actually
really
tried.
tried.
They actually tried.
Actually tried.
They really
But
did
that's too
try.
common a word.
So in other words, if I use the word candy in anything, I owe you royalties.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
That's
you know
basically what
what?
would have happened.
I'm trying to remember what was the name of that character. I don't know if you guys watch Aqua Team Hunger Force or Aqua Team, whatever they
Oh my
want to name it.
god.
So,
Yeah.
I keep thinking of that candy rap. How much money would they have owed?
Man,
Oh,
I feel
you
bad
took-
for Willy Wonka movies.
You're talking about MCP pants?
Yeah, MCP pants.
That's sad that you know that. Well,
I think I'm gonna trademark the word "the."
You are going to be.
Wow. That's the exact same thing I said. Trademark the word "the" or "I."
I'm gonna trademark the word hardcore and then sell it to Nintendo and become filthy rich.
I'm gonna trademark the letter A.
Oh, no.
Can I buy a vowel, please?
This episode of Gamers at Large brought to you by the letter A.
Nope, I. It has to be I.
Oh,
I have to trademark I. There's no fans of us about it.
Well, if you trademark I, then people just have to refer themselves in the plural. We.
Then Nintendo will trademark
free-
that. We.
Free Nintendo promotion.
Dude, then what the heck's gonna happen to Sulik from Fallout? We and I know many things. I mean, come on now.
Oh man.
Sulik, my boy. Oh, I missed that game. Anywho, even though I have it on GOG, I would love to see a direct sequel. That's not turned into Elder Scrolls with guns.
Mr. T, you're gonna sell your N64?
Hell no. I got three N64s. They ain't going nowhere.
Can I get one?
I got two.
I don't have a single one. Damn it!
Just sit here and let them
I got two of them.
T,
Both for
do you
Victor.
have any
my
controllers?
colors. I like my colors. I probably got like 7 or 8 controllers.
Do you have a controller where the analog stick isn't loose?
You know the funny thing? All my analog sticks are perfect.
Wow.
Yeah,
You must have taken care of them
We'll have
really
to talk
well.
after this. We're going to talk money after this.
We gotta talk after this, Mr.
Oh
T.
yeah, T. I want to tell you about the story. Speaking of the N64 after the podcast.
All right, so let's get ready to wrap this up, okay? So we can get things situated and do a little sign-offs. So starting over there we're gonna start from my right, and we're gonna start off with Zen Gamer. Do your thing, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And if any of you are still there after God knows how long this was, I thank you, all of you. So go on over, check out the Zen Gamer Zone. I'm sure you're going to like my content. And if you don't, you're going to stick around anywhere.
All right, up next is Shadow Fox. Shadow Fox, do your thing.
Hey, it's Shadow Fox Prime, Shadow Fox Infinite. You know what it is. Follow me on my channel, I would imagine, and you will hear more from me about the state of the industry, or the non-state thereabout.
Y'all better listen to this man. He makes sense.
Yeah, Shadow Fox knows what he's talking about.
As I always say, do you play games to have fun or to impress other people?
Up next, we got Rashidi. Rashidi, do your thing, bro.
What's going on? Infinite Maelstrom, just related. I'm just a regular gamer trying to do my thing, giving my input. Thank you for listening to the podcast, people.
And up next, we have Mr. T.
Hey, them fools. Mr. T here, he gonna do me all off, man.
He thought he was talking.
He's like, was I talking just now?
He's like, oh my god, there's an echo up in here.
It's the dark, like Dark Link or something. Anyway, like I said, it was gonna be a slow week this week. I was a lot of work I had to do, busy work and busy with work and all that. So, but next week will be back on schedule. I got my review video is coming out, so look forward to that. And as always, play Nintendo, fools.
Okay, up next we got Mr. Butterworthy. Butterworthy, do your thing.
Whoa, what's up, guys? Jamie Butterworthy here. Butterworthy signing out and all that jazz. Thanks for listening. Check out my channel, which again is Butterworthy. I make some pretty awesome things.
Alrighty. And up next we got Letters, aka Andre. Do your thing.
Thank you guys for listening in. Hope you enjoyed. One shameless self-promotion. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my Wii U Potential video on my channel. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. It'll blow your mind like it did Zen's.
Alrighty, and up next we got Gamer Nate. Gamer Nate 78 from GN Tech TV. Do your thing, bro.
This episode of Gamers at Large was brought to you by Chickens. Are you chicken to play Nintendo?
Very clever. I see what you did there.
You see? Chicken mug.
Link can't kill a chicken.
I drank plenty of coffee today so I could enjoy my day playing Wii U. So I'm not too chicken to play Wii U.
I'm still jealous.
Are you?
Legend of Zelda. Nice.
Okay, up next we got Gilligan. Gilligan, say your sign off, bro. Do your thing.
Hey, I just like to say thank you, podcast, and thank you for watching. And yeah, right now I'm just playing Donkey Kong just because the hype of another Donkey Kong coming in February. So peace, everybody.
Are you cranky?
Oh no, I'm not
right.
cranky anymore.
And now we got Games Rosa. Games Rosa, do your thing, bro.
I got this. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the podcast. Great to have everybody here. Mostly everybody, but all you guys watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this whole about 2 hours of craziness. But thank you guys for watching, and check out Gamerman 906. And as I always say, game till the end. See.
And finally, it's gonna be me. And finally, it's Kwame QQMC.
We gonna have to talk after this.
Oh, we
This ain't gonna be pretty.
Ain't gonna be pretty, fools.
Ain't gonna be pretty, fools.
Ain't gonna be great. Like I said, get ready to sit up here and do my sign off thing, Kwame QQMC. And as I always say, everybody, whatever's clever.